Hi guys, see you again on your favorite channel, Shania Studio. Fraudster by disguise certainly has risks, guys, and of course this act is detrimental to other people. But there are people who do it classy or beautiful, to the point that someone fraud on behalf of the royal family. For more details, let's just talk about world-class legendary fraudsters. But for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, subscribe first. The button is below, so you can continue to get interesting info from Shania Studio. Anthony Gignac, do you know this guy? He is Anthony Gignac, who recently went viral in cyberspace. How come it doesn't go viral, guys? This case alone makes people astonished. Reported from OddityCentral.com, recently Anthony was arrested for taking away millions of dollars belonging to a number of wealthy investors from various parts of the world. So guys, for the past 2 years, this Florida man has been pretending to be a Saudi Arabian prince and diplomat. Well, it's really similar in disguise, guys. His disguise was finally exposed after making the mistake of eating food containing pork. You know, right guys, the real Arab prince will not eat pork. Before being caught, since 2015, Anthony had founded a fraudulent investment company, namely Carl Marden Williams International. This company allows him to invest in various businesses around the world. Anthony, who disguised himself as a Saudi Arabian prince, managed to steal $8 million from at least 26 business partners from various parts of the world. Anthony Gignac also apparently had a fake diplomatic passport number on eBay and placed the word Sultan on his house sign. So for 2 years Anthony collected a lot of money. He also owns many luxury cars, stays in exclusive hotels, wears luxurious jewelry and travels on private jets. He also often posts photos with a luxurious lifestyle on Instagram, but never shows his face. Until the unfortunate time at the end of 2017, Anthony's disguise was exposed. At that time he tried to deceive Jeffrey Soffer from Turnberry Associates. Anthony approached Jeffrey Soffer by claiming to be Saudi Crown Prince Khalid bin Al Saud, but Jeffrey Soffer didn't necessarily believe him, guys. Jeffrey Soffer also asked his private team to investigate, and they found that the man who claimed to be the Prince of Saudi Arabia was Anthony Gignac. Anthony was later arrested and must be held accountable for his actions, namely having disguised themselves as foreign government officials, committing identity theft, and committing fraud that harmed many parties. Frank Abagnale, have you ever watched the Catch Me If You Can or Not, guys? The film, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, tells the story of a shrewd con artist named Frank Abagnale. Frank's story of fraud is also fairly long. He is known for forging checks, forging identities, and running away. In addition, in 1960, he even managed to forge a check for $2.5 million in 26 countries for 5 years. This act started when he was 16 years old. In the process of deception, Frank admitted to having faked his identity several times. He even managed to impersonate an airline pilot, a doctor, to a lawyer. In addition to identity fraud, Frank is also recorded as having escaped from police custody 2 times, all of which happened before he was 21 years old. Frank has been imprisoned in France and Sweden. He was later taken by the FBI and thrown into prison in the United States. But after being released from 12 years in prison, He then worked as a consultant and lecturer at the Federal Academy Bureau Office. He also ran a consulting firm engaged in document security, namely Frank Abagnale and Associates. He turned from a criminal to a government mainstay. Ferdinand Wolodymbra. Born in 1921 in Lawrence, United States. Reported from Business Insider, he is probably one of the most successful con artists who deceived many people. Ferdinand is also very good at impersonating guys, from being a priest, a surgeon to even a warden who has no expertise in his field. He also joined the American military in 1941 and borrowed the name of his military friend, Anthony Ignolia, for a leave of absence or AWOL. In addition, he faked his death and took another name, namely Robert Linton French, and became a psychologist. As a result, he was imprisoned for 18 months. His greatness in disguise is evidenced by various careers, including engineer, civil builder, chief sheriff, assistant chief warden, doctor of psychology, hospital nurse, lawyer, babysitter, pastor, editor, researcher and teacher, without the slightest knowledge of this profession. His most famous disguise was as a surgeon, Joseph Cyr, during the war in Korea. He even had time to do surgery and it worked, guys. Crazy. His cover was exposed after the mother of Dr. Joseph Cyr found out and reported it. He also briefly made a 1960 film, entitled The Great Imposter, and he died in 1982 as an assistant Baptist minister. Well, you guys are really smart, these scammers and imitators. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like and share. See you later. Thank you.